Here, take one end. Okay, go to the other end. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Almost. Alright. Just at the wood pile, and figured I'd talk a little bit about seasoning your wood properly. I made a mistake this year and I forgot to cover up my wood. It was pretty dry. It was all under 20%. I have a moisture meter that I've been checking it with. And then I didn't cover the top, and it's been raining for the last, well, pretty much the last week on and off. And let's go check the wood. I'll show you what happens if you don't cover the top. All this wood was under 20% moisture content. And now if I take the readings, we're getting numbers like these. 38, 37, 41, 35. So I kind of lost a little bit of progress. Now I know it's just surface moisture, so it's not the end of the world. It'll probably dry today in the sun, but I'm going to make sure I cover it up now so that if it rains again, it's not going to be an issue and get wet again. Now I'm just going to cover the top. You just want to stop the water from seeping into your wood pile. You still want the sides open. That way the wind can blow through and whatever moisture is left in the wood can evaporate. So I'll go ahead and start, and I'll show you guys what I do to cover the top of my pile. Okay, so as you can see, all I'm doing, I'm taking an old tarp and I'm just covering the top. That way the moisture that's there can evaporate, and if it rains, you know, the sides might get wet a little bit, but the whole pile is not going to get saturated. That's the only thing you want to prevent, really. And like I said, what is wet, you know, the wind is still going to go and evaporate. And I just staple on the sides here. It doesn't really matter if your tarp has little holes. You just want to prevent the majority of the water getting in. So that's why I use the old tarps. You know, a tarp that you used to use for camping or something, and it's full of holes, so you don't really want to use it for that anymore. You just use it for this. And just put some staples in the side so the wind doesn't blow it off. Okay, so I'm all done. I ran out of staples at the end, so make sure you bring enough staples with you. But I just put some pieces of wood on top. So now, as you can see, if it rains, the sides might get a little bit wet, but there's lots of room for the wood to breathe and to keep drying, and at least it won't get saturated. So that's it. I'm going to put a link to the moisture meter in the description. So if you're interested in picking one of those up, you can get some cheaper ones as well. I went for a 4-prong. I guess they're more accurate. Moisture meter that I'm using is called the Dr. Meter MD814. I got it on Amazon for $29. I'll put some links in the description if you're interested. It's pretty accurate. It's good. I went with the 4-prong model. I like it. It's a nice little tool to have, especially if you find this stuff interesting. Alright, I just got home and I was going to do the piles at home, and instead of using a tarp, I actually had a roll of vapor barrier, and I figured I'd give that a try. And as you can see, I rolled it out just to cover one pile. Now I'm going to cut it with this box knife, and I'm pretty sure each width will give me 3 sections. I cut my wood at 16 inches, so doing it this way is going to be a lot cheaper than using tarps. If you're starting from scratch, just pick up a roll like this. It's called Vapor Barrier, Vapor Sentry. And you should be able to do, you know, quite a few rows of wood. And because it's clear, I don't know, the sun's gonna hit it a lot harder, so I think it'll help the top row dry out even more. There, all done. It even looks better than a ratty old tarp, so I think it'll do a really good job. And the other thing, before you start bringing your wood in, you just grab a pair of needle nose pliers and quickly rip all the staples out. And that's it. What do you got there, buddy? You gonna cut some wood for Daddy? You gonna cut all my firewood, eh?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it. This video helpful for any reason whatsoever, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. There's going to be a lot more videos on wood cutting, wood burning, wood processing as I go.